pleasure to have you with us. Thank you so much for taking time. Now, to start off, how did the Namibia Parliamentary Green Investment Dialogue come about, and why was Namibia chosen as the host?
Well, as a climate parliament, we work with, we're a group of legislators that work with members of parliament worldwide, and especially in Africa. Our work is to engage members of parliament and help them build the capacity of and give them the knowledge on energy, especially green energy, renewable energy, and the Green Investment Dialogue for Namibia came up as a program that involves 15 countries from around Africa, and we've been having regional workshops. We've just had a workshop in Morocco, and the second group is now the group that came of 5 countries that has come to Namibia, to Walvis Bay. And Namibia was chosen as the site where we would have a workshop because the way that the program has been developed in Namibia on green energy, how the way the partnerships between the government, the private sector, and what is already on the ground. So it was a good opportunity for members of parliament from East and Southern Africa to come to Namibia and to see for themselves the great work that has been going on in Namibia.
And what specific opportunities for investment in green energy corridors emerged from the discussions?
There are quite a few opportunities that have emerged. One being, the main, what everybody was very interested in is the program that Namibia is a pioneer in Africa on the green hydrogen project that's a fuel for the future. And it's not just on research. We've actually been to the site where they are now producing the first green iron at the high iron program project at nearby Walvis Bay. So with all the members of parliament and other experts from these countries that are present, but also different investors, we all had the opportunity to visit 2 sites in near Walvis Bay, and it's something that is very important for all of us in the region to know that is not only just in research stage, but it's actually happening, and we could see physically for ourselves. So during the 2-day workshop that we had, apart from the 1 day of site visits, we managed to have discussions on what is happening in different countries that were present here, and also had an opportunity to have meetings with professionals and people in the sector who've been in this sector for many years, and who have brought about tremendous change, especially in renewable energy, like in solar. So it was an opportunity for all of us to learn from each other what Namibia has done, but also what the other countries have been doing in their respective countries, and what are the opportunities for the private sector and other investors to come in and invest in the energy sector in this part of the world, East and Southern Africa.
Now, in what ways are parliamentarians uniquely positioned to unlock climate finance and influence policy frameworks?
The main work of any legislative body, members of parliament or the senators, is to work on legislation and to see how they can improve and remove the bottlenecks and regulations and laws that are hindering the development and the fast tracking of uh, the investments for renewable energy within our area. And once they understand that what can be done and what is important to be done, because we had different stakeholders during the workshops who gave their views and who gave their opinions on what can be done and what the members of parliament should assist to unlock the barriers that are there so that the investment in the energy sector, especially in the green energy sector, can flow into their countries. And during the breakout sessions, where members of parliament from every country sat together and discussed their role, the regulations and laws in their countries, but also the transporter blocks that we have, like we have the East Africa Southern and the Southern Africa power poles, which have been a great help for those countries, especially when the countries work together. And this is where the members of parliament also understood that what's happening in Namibia and how we can all work together to see and to build corridors within the region. One is for trade, but also how we can access energy from one country to the other and see what one one country has achieved and how we can all work together to replicate or to work together to have the same done in our countries. So it is important for the members of parliament to be very well informed what other countries have in place in their regulations and in their laws, and what is hindering the progress in their country. And one of the countries like Zimbabwe, where after the session, everybody agreed that they have done a very good job in having their regulations and in the laws in place that allows private investment and investment from other stakeholders to come in and invest. And it's very liberal. And we should all be doing almost the same thing. And the same reason why we're in Namibia. And we do hope that in the next phase of the project, Namibia will also be joining the Climate Parliament Network so we can work together. Because of the work they have done, the coordination and the close relationship between different partners like the government, the members of parliament, and the different authorities work together to form regulatory frameworks which allow the investment and the progress of the energy sector and the renewable energy sector.
Now, were there any policy gaps identified that could hinder the development of green energy corridors in the region?
There were quite a few areas where we looked into and the gaps that different countries have. And that's where the work of Climate Parliament and its partners, UNIDO and other agencies, that we work especially with the help and the financing of the donors who have make this happen, it is very important that we go back to our countries and see what areas uh, need need to be worked on, especially in our regulatory frameworks. What we can do as members of parliament and as senators, and see how uh, we could remove these challenges and these blocks by making changes to the amendments and by bringing amendments to the law, and then it will be easier for the investors to come in, and we will have a great uh, area where more investment would come in, especially in the renewable energy sector.
Some good news there. Now, how did the country's specific session help tailor legislative strategies to different national contexts?
One, uh, where every country, after all the presentations were done by the different stakeholders who are around, the investors, uh, the experts like from UNIDO, and from the different countries, we had different experts come in and give their presentations. Then the countries understood where they stood and what they need to do to go back and work on the legislation. And every MP was very much uh, uh, involved in, and everybody wants to go back and work very hard and see how they can attract more investment within their countries. And learning from one another, like what Tanzania has done, what Kenya has done, what Zimbabwe has done, what Zimbabwe, Zambia, and what Namibia has been doing. And we were very happy to have the presence of the Deputy Prime Minister of Namibia being present during our workshop, but also the Deputy Speaker was there from the first day of the session, including the visits to the sites until the closing moment. But we also had the chairperson of the Natural Resources Committee and other members of parliament who were with us during the whole session. So that made us more comfortable, and there was a lot we could learn from what they did, but also they learned a lot from what we have been doing in our countries, and what's the base takeaway that everybody could take back home from the other countries and go and work on the legislation, so we would have a better regional legislative network available for investors to come in for investment in the renewable energy sector.
So, what are some of the next steps following the dialogue? Will there be any regional action plans, follow-up meetings, or technical support?
Yes, we do have plans, and the plans have been going on for a year now. A few weeks back, we were in Morocco with regional meetings on like what's happened here in Namibia with the Francophone countries, but second meeting with countries Anglophone from that area. The countries from East and Southern Africa, we all met in Namibia at Walvis Bay because of the opportunities that were present, that we could go and visit the sites of like the green hydrogen projects here, and the coordination and networking between one department and the other within the government institutions, and but also with the private sector and different stakeholders, that made what is first of its kind in Africa happen in Namibia. So that's something we all came to learn, and we do hope that it will also when we go back, then all the countries would work and see how we can forward with our actions. And we do have more regional workshops coming up, but we'll also have many more country workshops within the country. So the whole idea is to have different stakeholders being brought together and discuss and see the best way forward.
Finally, Mr. Soni, what inspirational call of action would you share with legislators and stakeholders working to balance economic growth with climate goals?
The most important is that we should all work together and see what would be the best for our people and for, especially in the economic zone, because it's not just about energy for lighting, or how we can utilize the green energy for economic development, and how we can reduce the costs of energy, especially in some of our countries. The cost of energy is extremely high, and how we can reduce that so that we can have more production within our countries, and we would be more competitive with the goods that come in from outside our countries or outside our zone. So the most important factor is energy, and especially with the climate change now, we've already seen it happening. It's not something of the future, it's already there. We've seen a lot of changes in the behavior of in the climate, like floods, droughts, heat. Everything is happening so fast, and we need to take action now. And also, the price of renewable energy, especially like in solar, has dropped in over 97% in just a few years. So it is important that we all get to know what is happening, but also we use this opportunity, especially with our goals in Africa for the Mission 300, where over 300 million people don't have access to energy at all. But one is to get them the energy, but also to make sure that all our countries get access to energy, but also we use it economically for the production and value addition of the different sectors that we have, like in agriculture, in livestock, in fisheries, but also in our mineral production. Instead of us sending goods for export without being processed, we should process them within our regions and within Africa, and then send the finished goods. So Africa would stand a better chance and earn more from these progresses that are going on.